It's Tuesday afternoon. You drive into your driveway and you lean back, you undo your tie, you unpin your top button, you undo your belt. It's now become something you're completely used to. Maybe you used to be the fit guy, you used to be the guy that played sport, you used to be the guy that everyone looked to for fitness advice. And this video is specifically for you, the man that works busy days, busy schedules, and 50 plus hours a week. I'm here to tell you the reason why you're in the position you're in. And I promise you, it's not because of what you're thinking. Let me guess what your week looks like right now. You show up for work, you show up for the people you know, the people who are your friends and your family, and you're genuinely good at your job. If someone dropped a project on your desk today and it was due tomorrow, you would do everything you possibly can to make sure you get it done. That's you. That's just you. That's just what you've done. And you have the discipline that it takes to get that. Someone without discipline would never be able to do anything and everything you do. But when it comes to your body, that discipline is thrown out, it's thrown away, and it doesn't exist. Why? You have a gym membership that's quietly being billed every single month. App that you downloaded that's supposed to give you training programs, whether at home, whether in the gym, with wherever you are, whether traveling, but you don't use it. You've used it maybe once, maybe twice, and here you are now. You've actually deleted it. And when you go out for dinner, you're looking at a menu that so many trainers have told you not to look at or to order from. So what do? You're just in this visceral cycle of trying to get out of a rut of getting back to who you used to. I used to tell myself the exact same thing you're telling yourself now. You're just not that guy anymore. You just don't have what it takes. Think about this for a second. You built your entire career on showing up under pressure, doing the difficult things you didn't feel like doing, and delivering when it counted the most. And the guy with no discipline, again, simply would just not be able to do what you do on a daily basis. So, where does all the discipline go once it comes to focusing on your own body? It actually doesn't go anywhere. That's the funny thing. And that's what took me a ridiculous amount of time to be able to realize and recognize. And when I did, I beat myself up for it. But I'm here to tell you and to show you the exact steps that I took in order to turn that around. The 2 hour gym programs that have been written for you are just things that don't work for you and your busy schedule. They're things that don't work for someone that has a social life, for someone that has a family to take care of, or again, friends to just hang out with. Those programs and those setups are meant for college kids and fitness influencers and people who literally their job is to train. They take naps in between the different workouts that they do during the day, and they can have time to meal prep the entire weekend, an entire Sunday afternoon just dedicated to do that. But you don't. You don't have that time to put aside to get those things done in your. These things were made for someone who has a schedule that changes every single day, every single week, every single month. That's what I put together, and I'm going to show you and tell you what the lean leverage system is about, which has 3 distinct different steps here in a second. Here's the part that I want to tell you that no one in the fitness industry will say it out loud, because the whole industry makes more money keeping you in the gym for longer. Past a certain point, the more gym time you spend, the more time you spend in the gym, the less beneficial it is actually for you in the long run. Because you don't need 10 hours a week to work out. You need 3 days, an hour each, doing the right exercises that are going to get you your dream physique and get you in your better and best shape. You were never missing more information, man. You've watched the videos, you know what protein is, and you could probably write on your own meal plan at this point. What you never had was just a plan specifically tailored for you to build those building blocks for you in order to succeed. Again, listen, I'm not saying all of this from a high horse. I've lived it, and that's why I can speak to it. My name is Rodney. I'm a chemical engineer, and before that, I was a D1 athlete. I ran track for Zimbabwe. I earned a full ride scholarship to come out to the US. And for basically my entire life, the athlete wasn't just something I did, it was who I was. It defined me. And then around about COVID time, I fractured my foot, and boom, just like that, the athlete was gone. And I spent the next 2 years not recognizing the person in the mirror. I had no structure, I had no energy, and honestly, I had no real idea of who I was without the sports. And I tried everything you've probably tried. I mean, the coaches, the different apps, the AI plans, the chat GPT, and different diets that are out there that everyone subscribes or at least prescribes to you in order to use. And that just didn't survive the busy 9 to 5 schedule that I had. So eventually, I put together a system and I stopped waiting around to feel motivated. I started figuring out what would actually fit my personal demanding schedule instead of something that would actually go ahead and compete with it. So what I built allowed for me to rebuild myself instead of competing with what I had already set up. And this not only worked for me, but has worked for other busy professionals who I've helped. So here's what I actually do, and this is how I help other busy professionals. I call it the lean leverage, and it really comes down to three main core fundamental items. Number one is your training. So we get you 3 sessions a week, around about an hour, and every single exercise has a point. It's fit into your schedule to make sure you reach the goals that you have for yourself, whether it's to recomp, whether it's to gain weight, whether it's to lose fat and build muscle on top of that. It's not just there to make you sweat, but it's a workout to make you be in the gym, optimize your time, and work around your real schedule, which means when your week shuts down, blows up, or goes sideways, your program follows and it can be tweaked and works to bend around that instead of breaking into your time or breaking you. The second element is the food. I love food, and you probably do too. I like anything that's on the grill, anything that I'm throwing up in the kitchen right now, all kinds of food. Nothing is out of bounds, right? For me personally. And that's exactly what I want for you too, to do that while still being able to realize your physical fitness goals. We build your eating around the foods that you already like. And I mean that genuinely, because I have a sweet tooth. And again, like I said, nothing is out of bounds for me. And I'm not here pretending like I live on chicken and broccoli. I literally have like Snickers ice creams, chocolate, and all these other things. You'll still be able to hit your protein goals and you'll still get lean, but the food stays where you want. And you continue to eat the foods that you like. Here are things that I've noticed with almost every client I've worked with. The moment eating stops, they feel like it's a punishment. The willpower problem kind of just like goes away and it disappears because you never actually needed this, the willpower. You needed food you didn't have to escape from. The third piece is the element that every app or coach you've worked with before is missing. You're not doing this alone. We talk every single week. I give you new habits to attach to the ones you already do, and they actually stick. And when your week starts going sideways, we fix it way before it even gets to become a problem. This lean leverage system is training that fits food that actually works for you because you like it, and someone in your corner every single week. That's it. That's exactly why it holds up and everything always works out for the ones I train. This is one of my clients. She is a mining engineer and she works well over 50 hours a week. And in this image, she was down about 12 pounds within a 14-day period at the very beginning of it all. And this was still with having client dinners, with still being able to go out every weekend, with still being able to travel within that week or 2 weeks that we were working together, actually, because none of that had to go away in order for her to achieve her goals. Here's a text from one of my other clients who I worked with, and there was a drastic change in one, the energy they experienced, two, the comments they used to receive at work, to just say they looked happier, they looked a lot more engaged, and they weren't always low on energy. It was actually a joy to interact with them in different cases and scenarios that they found themselves. Secondly, they were able to actually play tennis a lot better. They were able to show up for themselves in not only the competitive things, but their hobbies too, right? So as they're showing up with friends, hanging out, interacting with the social life, that translated not only to benefit their work, but also their life. These are just a couple of the examples that I have to show you that of people who have followed the lean leverage system and are able to, one, realize their fitness goals, two, keep their energy through the roof and not depend on coffee and caffeine, and four, just continue to enjoy spending time with their friends, family, and loved ones, as well as performing at the top level. This is different jobs, different schedules, and it's the same thing every single time. Like I said, the moment the plan fits your life, instead of fighting it, the discipline problem you thought you had is gone. So let me ask you something. And I want you to actually sit down with it and be very honest with yourself. What is it costing you? What is the cost of you not taking action? What is the cost of you going another week, another month without taking action? Because it's not just another missed workout. It's how you feel unbuttoning your shirt at the end of a long day. It's the photos you've quietly been able to slide out of because you don't like the way you look. It's the energy that's super low every time you wake up after an 8-hour night, 8 hour sleep at night. or after taking a nap during the day to rejuvenate. You keep telling yourself you'll start when the work calms down, but be honest, I know that it's never going to calm down. And then I like to flip that on its head. Your schedule was actually never the one stopping you. It's the exact reason you need a plan that specifically was built for you and a plan that works for your current schedule. 6 months from now, you'll be 6 months older either way. And the only question at that time is, where are you? Any of this sounded like it's you currently. If any of this sounded vaguely familiar to what you're currently going through, here's what to do. There's a link right below this video, or you can DM me on Instagram, the word join, and I'll send you over a link to a quick short call that I'll get on with you, a discovery call to understand your current situation. And I only work with people who are ready to show up for themselves, people who are ready to leave the low energy life behind them, people who are ready to revive their work life. Not only that, but their social life, their confidence as they walk into any room, either at work, either at family gatherings. If that's you and you're ready to take your health and your fitness to the next level, click that link, book the call, and let's have a conversation. Again, no pressure. Worst case, you leave that call with a clear plan and we never talk again. Best case, this is the thing that finally sticks. A heads up before you go, I keep my client list very, very short, simply because I show up to these catch-up calls. I show up to these check-ins. No assistant, there's no AI, there's no app. It's me in the flesh. Click the link, grab a time, and let's go build the version of you that walks into any room and owns it. I'll see you on the call.